First annual Pro-Jet Nationals at Atco, New Jersey. Ted Jones, Bill Stevens, and Brett Kepner here with you. We're ready to go with semifinal actions. Bob Beaulieu against Dick Rosberg in his primered car. Let's go down to Bill Stevens in the pit area and find out exactly why this car is primered.
This is the Ultimate Warrior Mustang Jet Funny Car driven by Dick Rosberg of Rockingham, North Carolina. Now, most Jet Funny Cars have real flashy paint jobs on them. You'll notice this car is in primer, and there's a good reason for that. Because of something that happened earlier this summer at Englishtown, New Jersey.
Well, it started out to be a normal race, and the first run we ran, we had a little problem. Had a problem with the turbine wheel. It blew the turbine wheel out, upset the car, and kind of upset me. It went upside down for about 600 feet, which wasn't real enjoyable.
We saw this on Inside Drag Racing earlier this year, but you weren't hurt.
No, sir, I never got a scratch. I mean, the Insinger Performance and Steve Ming that built the car, I mean, they do a real good job. I mean, we couldn't ask for a better car. You know, you hate to say cars are built to withstand a crash, but that's the way they are. They're built to take a crash. And like I say, the Insinger Steve Ming car is an excellent car.
Now, of all the cars in drag racing, I would have to say that jet cars require even more engineering maybe than normally aspirated race cars because of the speeds and the weight involved.
Yes, they do. You don't really have the downforce that a regular car has. As far as the electronics and the plumbing of these cars, they're a little more complicated than an airplane because the airplane got engineers telling what to do. We have to decide and design our own setups and make the afterburners working. They do get to be a little troublesome at times.
All right, picture this. You're in a Jet Funny Car going over 200 miles an hour, and it crashes. Would you get back into it again? I'll say this for Dick Rosberg. He must really love driving these.
Boy, you got that right, Bill. I wouldn't get back in one of these fire-breathing monsters. Dick Rosberg, the primered car that crashed, is now repaired, owned by Bob Van Sciver in the far lane. He's going against Bob Beaulieu, the Jazz car in the near lane. Looks like Beaulieu is on a pass. Yes! Bob Beaulieu picks up the win with a 581, 262. Brett Kepner is on top end.
A well-deserved kiss. I'm not going to give you one, but I'll let her handle it. And really, if you get right down to it, I probably should congratulate you in some way because you won that one exactly the way you wanted to.
Yeah, everything went as we hoped it would.
But you didn't hear what I said. You won it just the way you wanted to.
What did it do?
81 to a losing 74.
Yes! Yes! That's what I was hoping we had to do. You know?
Obviously, you did not touch the car. I mean, that's third 81.
Well, actually, we did put a little bit more in it, but we didn't know how it was going to take to it.
Error may be a little worse.
It's getting worse and worse, and the car's just, it's not responding as way we hoped it was, but it's staying where we can just get by Hanna in the final. That's all we need.
We didn't need cars to prove that one. That one was a driver's race.
Now the question, Bob, is which Hanna? You've got Al Hanna over there bringing his car to life in the far lane. He'll be running son Rich Hanna. So who wins when father runs son? And what's the unusual story behind Al Hanna with these dual air intakes? For that, let's go back to the pit area once again.
Eastern Raider. There's a name that's familiar to anybody who follows Jet Funny Car racing. Of course, this is the car of Al Hanna, the Eastern Raider Auto Palace Firebird. He and his son Rich from Enfield, Connecticut field a couple of Firebird Jet Funny Cars. They're two of the most popular cars in America right now when it comes to this style of drag racing. Al's been doing it for an awful long time, so when you want to know what the state of the art is in Jet Funny Car racing in the 1990s, he's the guy to ask. All right, Al, tell us, why is this particular Jet Funny Car so unique?
Well, Bill, this is an unusual car in that with the new body style, we found that putting that new body style on an early style chassis with the engine in the center was going to be a difficult task due to the narrow dimensions of the roof. We took a close look at it. We thought that we'd make it just like an Air Force fighter. We'd put the pilot in front, put the engine behind, put air ducts around the driver. Pretty unusual because most everybody in the jet car community from our closest foe to our best friend said, number one, it would never start. Number two, it would never run. Last week, we ran 580, 280 miles an hour. We're looking forward to really being competitive today.
Now, you and your son get an opportunity to race each other, I'm sure. Tell us about the rivalry that exists.
Well, at home, we're closest of friends, father and son. Unfortunately, at 22 years old, I can't tell him to go to his room anymore, but on the starting line, he is a fierce competitor. He's like a pro bowler and a drag racer, and when the light turns green, he's a tough kid to beat.
I know you've been very active, Al, in the pro jet movement to get more of this style of racing on television. Tell us about your efforts.
We're very concerned that the jet car community gets more exposure. We think we have fire, smoke, thunder, 300-mile-an-hour jet dragsters, 280-mile-an-hour jet funny cars, and unfortunately we're running an exhibition circuit around the country with no points champions and no superstars. It's our goal. We started within our office, but the Pro Jet Association is now formed, and it's our goal as Pro Jet to get these cars on television, to have a championship series. We're looking toward an 8-race series in 1996, and we have a lot of people who are supporting us.
Father versus son. Al Hanna in the far lane, Rich Hanna in the near lane. Remember, Rich is running quicker. He's the #1 qualifier. Let's see if the old man that qualified #4 can strap one on the kid. Rich is first off the starting line. Al will have to catch him. Here goes that big mile-an-hour for Rich Hanna. 285 coupled with a 561.
Well, you haven't touched this thing. I know that for a fact. 561, 285. Again, that's 3 runs within 300s. And with Dad at a 79, 279 over there, I guess you kind of knew you had a cushion.
Yeah, he did. We've been working on that car. We wanted it to run 280, but my car is just a bracket car. It's running great. We worked on it hard, like I said. And now we can concentrate on the finals with Bob Beaulieu as a surprise, you know. And I love Bob. He lives 20 minutes from us, and I love to beat him, too.
Well, he just treed Rosberg to death, and you know that car can step up.
Absolutely. He's awesome in the lights, and I gotta play my game or else he could beat me, too. No doubt about it.
All right, now you got the upper hand with this guy.
That was close. That was close.
Well, our congratulations to son Rich as he retires the old man. This is the way they'll pair up for the finals. It'll be Rich Hanna going against the whole shot expert, Bob Beaulieu. It's going to